everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays, and today we are going to unbox Sheol by Lunar Oak Studio. I know a lot of people don't know anything about this game. They haven't watched any playthroughs or never even heard of it. But this is a game that I late pledged probably like 2 years ago, maybe? I think it was 2 years ago, where we got into, I saw what it looked like. It was kind of, you're these people who the world's fallen into darkness by some unknown source, and you have to rebuild it. But it also comes with like these districts and these cities that, and like this one major city that's the last bastion, and you have to build that city up. How you move your path through is that you have to kind of find your way using light. This specific light source is not just like a flashlight that was discovered, and fight off these hordes of darkness, more or less. So it's, hey Greg, what's going on? What's going on? So we're going to get into this unboxing. I'll show you some of the stuff about it, and we'll see what's going on. But before we begin, thank you my Patreons, my YouTube subscribers, and if you're in either, just coming in to hang out real quick in the morning to watch this unboxing, or evening, or afternoon, whatever time zone you're in, welcome as well. Welcome as well. Pull up a chair. You always got room at the table with me. So let's get some information, and then we'll get down to the table for the unboxing. So, Sheol, it delivered this year. This actually arrived, I think, last week when this came in. Scout the lands of night and defend your citadel from an unending tide of shadows. It's got an 8.9 so far in Board Game Geek. As you can see, a lot of people don't know about it. So 88 people rated this, where you'll have 22,000 or 8.6 thousand or anything. Not a lot of people know about this game. This is what I like, games like these, where it can be a diamond in the rough. Not a lot of people know about it, so I bring some awareness with the channel. If the dev is develop something really special, you get to see that, and then potentially it might be something that you want to add to your collection or not. It's completely up to you. But I just want to give you information, see what the unboxing looks like. I do plan to play this game on the channel. The only thing is I've got a mound of stuff that I'll fit it in somewhere in the unrealistic amount of stuff that I have to do. But we're going to get through it, and we're going to have a good time with it. So 1 to 4 players. Community says 2 to 4, but best play 2 to 3. Which probably means I'm going to play this two-handed just to see how this goes with 2 players. 90 to 120 minutes, age 12 plus, but the community says, nah, you need to make this 14 plus. The weight's about a 4.17. That is high. That is really, really high. I think Gloomhaven got like a 3 point something. Kingdom Death Monster, I think, is still at I don't think that's in the 4 range either. So this game's got some complexity to it, which interests me even further. 4.17. That's high. That's saying like this game is fiddly as you know what. But I still plan to find out. I still plan to play and see what it is. Designed by Gabriel Poro. I just want to make sure I say your name right. It's Gabriel. Artist is Mariko, and published by Lunar Oak Studios. So, okay. Let's get down to the table and see what's up. So we've got the game here. As you can see, my fan spinning to keep me cool above head. It's still in its unboxing, and this box is heavy. It's like, let me hold it up to my face. It's bigger than my head, so it's pretty heavy. Oh my god, it is heavy. All right, so we can zoom in just a bit, and I'll zoom back out when it comes time. But it says, when the shadows came, the first to fall was the moon. From that day on, a mass of shadows called Sheol, similar to a black tide, began to form until it shrouded the moon completely and wept the shadows down to Earth. Welcome to Earth. Although technology advanced, people had no means to stop the shadows, which slowly filled the Earth and exterminated almost all of mankind. The planet was fully enveloped in layers of clouds so dark that sunlight could not filter through, and the survivors took refuge on the Citadel, the last outpost of mankind. Yeah, I kind of said that. Over the decades, the Citadel has become a collection of decadent people, mixed nanotechnology with superstition, millenary beliefs, new word for me, with cyber empowerments, chaos, and the emergence of new castes. Only the scouts, explorers of the unknown, and raiders of the outside world have not forgotten that the world belongs to mankind and that mankind shall reclaim it one day. In this game, you are one of those scouts. So it says, join the scouts, build the Citadel, fight the shadows, and live your story. They forgot one more, profit. welcome, Trailblazer of the Unknown. Sheol is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi game where the Earth has been shrouded in eternal night. Sheol is a cooperative game, playable solo or with up to 4 players, with an emphasis on exploration and combat. I might take this with me when I go visit Steve this weekend because it's co-op. It is organized into campaigns that are in turn subdivided into missions. In each mission, the scout will have to coordinate their efforts tactically to complete the objectives and defend the Citadel from invasion. So it says 1 to 4 player. It says playable solo, so we'll see. Even though BGG said 2 to some odd, and it's got a bunch of components, and it builds this out to this board. Okay, let's zoom back up. And let's open this bad boy. New and shrink no longer. Gotta find the crease. There it is. There we go. You just gotta get the 2 corners, and then you can just pull it back. So far the box isn't bad. It's heavy. This box has got some weight to it. So this game might be a table beast. So let's see. It doesn't have that new board game smell. So the mission manual that's here. The rule book. Why is the mission manual wrapped up but not the rule book? But they're both binded the same. Okay. And we've got some other stuff. So first things first with the rule book. First thing I look at, table of content. Second thing I look at, index. You've already got some top marks from me, good sir. You already got some top marks from me. Alright, so that's it's how many pages? About 55 pages of rules. Okay. It's typical binder paper where you'll sort through. I like that they use the rings. I might tear that up when I'm learning it, but alright, so it's telling you how to prepare the game, doing setup, choosing your scouts. Still some more setup, some more setup, some more setup. Shadow phases, outer lords, the heralds, the shadows. So it's pretty decent, and then it's got icons on the back that explain what the 10 billion icons are that are on here, as you can see. So it's got all that. Let me make... There we go. Okay, so it's got all that on there, which is okay. And then it's got the game. Ooh, dual layer boards, and this is probably why it's so heavy. This is a lot. So there's that. Here's the game board, which we'll fold out and take a look at. And then there's an archive. Ooh, look, it comes with a bag. So pop this up. Actually, let's see if there's anything else under here. There's more stuff under here. All right. So we got to start from the bottom and work our way up. Take this off. And it got like Sheol written on it, which is pretty cool. Good lord. There we go. There we go. Is there anything under you? Nope, bottom of the box. Okay. So we've got Star Sanctuary, whatever this is, outcomes. So, oh, and look, they've got trays for stuff to sync. So, and trays, and trays. So there's a way, they've got storage built in, which I like a lot, and these cards go on top. These ones don't have a lot of depth, which concern me, because if I sleeve these cards, but these ones have a little bit more depth added to it. So maybe sleeve cards can fit. I don't know, and I don't know what these cards mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I know a lot of people's like, oh yeah, these are the cards that do XYZ, but I don't know yet because we're unboxing. Okay, so... So these look like missions. Yeah, these look like missions. That's all in here. There's some story, and then there's some missions, and then there's more that's here. And then this looks like some side quest stuff because they give you options to choose, and based on your options, there's outcomes. So it's like Gloomhaven's city events or road events. So these looks like events that happen, and these look like missions that you probably have to go on with outcomes. Okay. Ooh, they really don't fit. Even, look at that, it barely fits in there with it sliding, so sleeve cards are a big no-no for that. I wonder if it's a cost thing. This guy. Action overview. So there's lantern actions, weapon actions, land actions, and other actions. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game. Game's gonna be complicated as hell. So what's this? Shadow phase, scout phase. Okay, so this is the turn order stuff. So on the scout phase, there's production, recharge, refill, recharge, recharge. Some scout actions that you can do, and then there's the shadow phase, which has increased menace, reveal threats, outer lord actions, herald actions, shadow actions, generate shadows. That's what's on there. Servo droid setup based on player count. You don't get any of them if you're playing 4-player, but if you're playing true solo, if you see here, you get some servo droids that help you out with light. So you can play true solo. And here are our lovely characters. So we've got the Pioneer, the Manon, the Cyclops. I mean, who doesn't want to pick that guy? Breathless, the Connector, and the Half-Light. And up here, it looks like we've got shielding. That might be sanity. This looks like movement. And that looks like the amount of light they have, and then the weapons that they have on it. And this one says, take a light stream tile from the pool and place it using your lantern pattern. So, and then there's more missions. So these are missions. Or cloud. Yeah, these are missions. Okay. I was like, it almost fit. But it doesn't. But it doesn't. And then we've got more mission cards. So, or side quest cards. So choices that you make and outcomes on the back based on your choices. So they've got a good deal of these. You shall not pass. They've got some good deal of these, which means these side events sound like they're going to be a lot of fun. Mission 7, mission. So these are the specific missions you go off of. You got goals. So this is mission 12 goal objective: reach P8 and perform an action. I'm assuming that's going to be a lot harder than we think. And we've got card abilities that are on here. Pierce detection. During a reveal action, the shadows do not react. And it looks like what's really cool is if you look here, there's an energy cost of that stuff because it changes per card. So these look like abilities that you have, and there's energy cost to them. A lot of energy cost to every single one. And then wound cards. So when you draw this card, lose 1 Lux point, discard this card. So this is wounds. Okay, so these are negative effects. Incapacitated. Corrosion. When you draw this card, put 1 break marker on your lantern so your weapon can break. Sweet! Mental Radiance. When you draw this card, gain 1 action. So these are buffs. And then Mental Obscurity, not buffs. When you draw this card, lose 1 action. Corruption. When you draw this card, take 1 corruption marker so you can go to the dark side, it seems. So these are abilities with buffs and debuffs. And we've got these little cards here. There's something wrong with your respirator. Effect, gain 1 corrupt marker. So bad stuff and good stuff. Slum Market. Print an item with a discount of 3. Okay. I'm ever so curious. That on there. Breakout. There's not a lot of minis to this game either for people who are like, I can't have another game of minis. I'm not seeing a lot of minis to the game. I'm looking for monsters. I'm not seeing any because these are all cards. And as I lift up these cards, I didn't see any monsters. I see our Light Lance people, which are these. I need to zoom in for you to real. Actually, I could turn on the side cam and spin it around. Turn on the side cam. Boop. So there you go. It's okay. Typical mini quality, like it's something that you would get from Reaper. But I'm assuming this game is not, you're not supposed to be like, oh my god, the minis are supposed to be amazing. But they look okay. It'd be fun to paint. A lot of mechanical moving pieces on this mini, so they'll be fun to paint for sure. But I just got done playing my first chapter of S.H.E.O.L, so I'm trying not to compare everything to S.H.E.O.L's minis. But yeah, these, I mean, like I said, I think it's just purely play the game with them and see how things go. But these look like all the characters that you're supposed to have. Looks like a plague doctor for this. Yeah, I'm good with standees. That's the thing, I need to find the standees. I didn't even see any standees in here, which is concerning. Like, if they're standees, and their standees are probably underneath all of this, but yeah, I'm good with standees for these two. They don't have to be. So my thing is, if you get the base game, I'm assuming it's just the minis are the characters that you're going to play, and the standees are going to be the monsters, which is perfectly fine. Ooh, a sniper. And look at the cloak on him. See the cloak? It's got like, looks like camouflage shielding. This one will be fun to paint. I love the pose. And then you got this light lantern that's under them that'll give off that glow. I will enjoy painting them. This one looks super fun. So that looks cool. We got bags. Oh, I thought it would fold out. It doesn't fold out. There's a light bag, and there's a dark bag for Sheol. So, pretty cool. There are these lovely blue. I don't have this color of cube, but I have tons of red cubes. So I got blue cubes and red cubes. Red cubes for everyone. We've got dice. What game is not complete without the dice that I'm going to fail on? This die has A, an Omega plus, an A without a plus, an Omega without a plus, and then it's got person's head and Omega, and A, and a person, and an A. So, I'm not seeing any misses or blanks. That gives me hope. This one looks like 1 coin, 2, 0, but a reroll, 2, and then 1 in a red. I don't know what these mean, but we will figure them out when I play it, and I will instruct. And then that's how that is. They're all different dice. All of them are different. None of them are. Well, one of them is the same as this one, which looks like that. This, that, and then there's a blank. There's your blank. So there's 2 dice that are like that. And then these ones, once again, completely different. So there's 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, and a 1. So no blanks here. Interesting symbols on these that have me super curious as to what they do. Like, there's a lot of, there's only, all the dice are different, save for 1. Find the blanks. Well, I'm seeing zeros, so that probably means something. That probably means something awful. Okay, so these two are the same. These two are the same. All these are different. So, that one looks like the Kamehameha Blast. There's a blank. So, yeah. So those are the dice. Here we will find out what they do, and it will be... I will roll them terribly, I promise. These look like... Oh, these are just tokens. So I thought they were the thing. They split? They look like they split in half. They're just these, but they look like they split in half. So we'll see what that looks like. Stands for the standees and purple tokens. And then there's these, the typical that you would see to set the color for what characters you use. So those are in there. Right. Let's take a look at this game board. Good lord. Okay. This is the game board. So there's this side, and then I'm assuming this is the starter side. So now the A's and Omega made sense, because that's probably where they're going to move. So there's the Omegas here and here, and then the A here and here. There's letters on this side from A to T, same over here, and then numbers. So this looks like a coordinate system for movement. It'll say like A Omega 3P, and it'll be like over here or something. So this looks like a coordinate system for movement, which not bad. It kind of simplifies things a little bit. It's a big board. It is a big board. So I think I've zoomed. I think I've zoomed all the way out, so you can see how big the board is. And it's double-sided, which is cool. All right. Let's get some dual layer madness. Cool. Let us pop this open. Awesome. Dual layer boards are my new favorite thing. I love them. I love them so much. Because you don't have to worry about stuff sliding off. So these look like 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are character boards. And on them, this looks so... I know this is movement. This is probably like how much light you have, maybe, or maybe, oh no, this is how much light you have. So I don't know what that looks for. So this is how much light you have, up to 8 movement, and then this is probably your attack. That's probably what that is, your attack. But they're dual layer boards, as you can see, which means when you put the cubes in, they don't rattle around or slide off the board by somebody hitting them. So that's kind of cool. There's another dual layer board with timers on them. So well, and then it builds it up. And then you flip it over. And oh, it's the servo droids. This must be for solo mode. This is not dual layer, which hindsight it could have been, but sure. So this is if you use the servo droids, use that side. Otherwise, use that side. Does this have a... Oh, this one has one too. That is so weird. Why? I don't understand this one. So this is dual layer, and it's this, but then you can flip it over, and it's not dual layer, but it's the same stuff. It looks like if you're like corrupted, maybe. But then my thing is, why do it here and not here? Why not just make extra boards? And even if it's cost savings, I don't understand why, because if I'm over here and I'm like, okay, 2, okay, I'm corrupted. I gotta pick this up, put it over here, and then I slap this around and it slides. That's strange, but someone will probably be able to explain that to me. If you do not want to use minis, the standees of the heroes, look at that, look at that, standees. These are light trails, so this is where you're gonna walk along, and these lights trails can get shut down or turned off. So these are light trails. We've got the awakener. Looks menacing. Let's put these now what's at the back of these? So fading light trails. And the Awakener has a back ability. So everything's two-sided. Sweet. Okay, we got some tokens for this. Looks like radar locations. That looks like carapaces. And then the negative side of all of that. This is the city. So if you bought the what is it? The miniatures with this, you got like a massive city that came with it that's all 3D printed. I did not go for that. I just got the core game. So this will be your city. But otherwise you would have a very large city that came with it, but I do not have room for that. And on the opposite side, it's the same stuff. Okay. Then we've got monster cards. So we got the Shy Baron, Gimnom, Avedon. I like that name, Avedon. The Hunter. And then there's the mini for, these are the minis for them. So this is the mini for the Avedon. This is the Shebran, and this is the Demon, the Walking Cataclysm. Looks like they have factories on their back. And then it says Berserk on other sides. I'm assuming that's hard mode. But they have their health. You see their health. That ought to be interesting. These are the districts. Drain Plant, Star Sanctuary, so you build up your districts. As you reclaim, and then more monsters on the side. So you see the districts that are on here, and then more monsters on the side. Monorail. That's the monorail. More districts, and it looks like districts can become corrupt, maybe? Or maybe some of the missions are that the districts are corrupt. The servo droids, and some icons for drilling and whatnot. Reload! So guns to reload. We've got the lurker enemy, 1 health. So that probably might be a common enemy that we fight. The target cannot discard light shields to reduce damage. So that looks like a boss board that's going to come up. And then I have no idea what those are. Cure the scouts, repair the Citadel. So these are actions that we can do. Purchase new equipment, train scouts, and convert points. The Whisperer. The Mind Blower. Prepare to get your mind blown. The Marauder. The Moth, and the Devourer. And then their Reborn side. Very interesting. Okay, we've got this board. This looks like where you upgrade the city. Yeah, that's what it is. You upgrade the city. And we've got the hyper shadows that come out here. Did it come with storage for all these tokens? I believe so. If you saw at the bottom, Anthony, let me pull them all out again. And we can try to see if it did. So let's see. I believe so, though. So if you look, pop this out. So here you see some trays at the bottom here. And then here at the bottom of this, when you lift up all the cards, I don't know if y'all could see that. I'll pull it out so y'all can see it. You see these? There's like token pieces that go here, and then these. I'm assuming, I'm gonna make the biggest assumption ever. Boom! Look at that. So I'll go there. The tokens will fit in here. These light things go here. I don't know what goes there, but these cards fit real proper light right here. So something fits in here. I'll have to figure that out. My only concern is I'm assuming, and this is the biggest of assumptions, that they feel that you don't need to sleeve these cards only because you won't touch them as much. So therefore, when you fit these on here, it's just right at the top. So sleeving cards is impossible. However, if you look down here at these ones, there's some depth. There's some depth to these ones, right? So that means like mission cards or these other cards here that are probably cards that go in a deck that you'll use. There's depth to it, which means if you sleeve these, they should be able to fit in here. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it sounds like that these are a little bit deeper so you can sleeve stuff. But here it doesn't look like it can, but there is places for storage on there. I do plan to pop all this stuff out. I don't know if y'all give a damn for me to do that now. But I do plan to pop some of this stuff out to see if it fits. I mean, how much of these things are there? And I wonder if the squares wouldn't fit in there, so where would they fit? Down here, because I know I'm going to drop it. So some of the squares might fit in here. I'll have to look and see for sure. That are on this set. Where's the game board? Oh. Game board should be at the bottom. And then you do that, and then let's take a look at this mission manual. I don't understand why they, I guess because it's thicker pages and they didn't want it to get all fuzzy, but why not do the same thing with the rule book? They ran out of funding. What do I know? I don't know nothing about no board games. Alright, so let's take that off. Alright, mission manual. The story of Sheol. It's pretty. This is just, no, if you're like, well, what's the quality of the paper? It's typical paper. There's nothing like, ooh, they use thick cardboard or thick stock paper. It's just regular paper. Important. This is the Sheol mission manual. If you're playing for the first time, you should read up to the start of the main campaign, but no further, to avoid spoiling the story and your enjoyment of the game. Once you've read the introductory pages, consult the rulebook to find out how to play. Some parts of the story of Sheol deal with topics and materials suitable only for adults, such as desperation, death, violence, and nudity. Kingdom Death Monster, gotcha. The story also contains strong language, descriptions and images of monsters that some may find frightening, and content that may offend. It is therefore aimed solely at individuals aged 16 years and older. Wait a minute. Something ain't adding up. Let's go back to BGG here. BGG, you said the game was for 12 plus. So we've got a contradiction in terms. 12 plus, but this says 16 years or older. Okay. Probably might want to adjust that. So it looks like their main campaign, the main campaign has three main campaigns, but each campaign, this one has 5 missions. This one has an interlude for each scout to do a mission. Cool. Very cool. So this is like the solo modes on this looks like the solo modes on Gloomhaven. Very cool. And then campaign part 2 has mission 6 to 9. Part 3 has 10 to 13, and then the epilogue. So main missions 14. Then there is side missions, which there's the Luminaries campaign has 3. Engineers campaign has 3, and the Exiles campaign have 3. And then the Tis Myths mini campaign has 1 mission. You can save your game, and then there's fun. I actually like that. I like that a lot. So this talks about the story of what's going on. Okay. And then they talk about the scouts. Each scout has a story. Okay. Tools for survival. So they tell you about Lux, which is the thing that you're able to do to create light to live. What nights and cycles time in the Citadel. So there's a time aspect to this game. And then there's the factions, which are the Luminary Monks, the Engineers Caste, and the Exiled, with different Lux colors. There's an intro story. There's a lot of reading. And then enlist in the Scout Corps, where the main campaign, The Last Guardian of Light, Part 1. It says this main campaign of Sheol begins on the next page. With it, your journey. I don't mind just turning it real quick. We're just going to look at mission 1. So it looks like there's a time limit. I'll figure out what this means when I learn to play it. But there's a story that goes here. So we're on page 16. 16 before the game starts. That's a lot of text. And then we've got the board to build things up of however this is going to get laid out. The components that you're going to need, which is good. It says the land, so TATB. And then this X with TCF, CSF, and SG, whatever that means. And then mission 1 conclusion to see how it turns out. So there's a lot of story on this. To me, there's a lot of story. It's 14 main story missions, solo mode missions, like in terms of per luminary, and then cast missions, whether you're a luminary, engineer, and exile. And then there's a mini campaign before you end it off. So it says save game 160. Let's go. And a lot of people. My name should be in here somewhere. Is someone named Daniel? Okay. Oh, there's a lot of Daniels in here. My name's in here somewhere. There's a lot of Daniels in here. Because if this is the backers, my name should be. Get past the A's to the E's. They put somebody's email address in here. That's just funny. Hey, did I see Ryan's name? So there's Archives of the Reef. That is conclusions. This is how you save, so you write on this. I don't like this because this is a one-time thing. I might have to find a way to laminate. Or if I go on their site and they have it, I can print it out and then laminate it. So let's take a look at. Sorry, I'm just. Anthony got me curious. He got me really, really curious. Let's pop this out. I'm gonna take a look at this. This is my curiosity. Hey, there you go. Okay, so we know those fit there. Okay. So all the bad guys. Oh, damn it. Get back in there. So all the bad guys. Oh, you'll fit there. So there's. Okay, so then what about the. So all that fit. So they fit in here, but this thing seems like it has a lot of space. Is there more? Another bad guy here. That's weird. So where do these things fit? Nope, that's too big. That's another thing that needs to come with these games. How to pack away your damn game. That would be great. Is there a way that tells you how to pack away your damn game? Preparing the game. No, packing it away, not preparing it. Otherwise, they'll just be like, packing it away is your problem. Okay, flip, 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 flip. That's the index, which is the back. Does it tell you how to put it all away? See, that's the city. If you got the big one, you get like this massive city that you can put together. It does not tell you how to pack it all away, so I'll have to figure that out. These are coral bone tokens. Okay. I refuse to believe that this is just for a bag. That's silly. So dice could go in here. These I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I just wanted to test these out. I was so curious how they fit. Sorry if you covered this, but is there a tutorial? Let's see. Let us see. The main campaign, 13 missions. This is the first to be played. Millenary Monks campaign, the second to be played. Engineers third, the last to be played. Then the Scout missions, 9 optional missions related to each Sheol protagonist. Is there a tutorial? So this is how you set it up. But is there a tutorial? Arrange the player sides, arrange the mission. This talks about the mission stuff that we build out. Read the story, arrange the components. Lands that you put out. Obstacles. Okay, so these are obstacles. These are lands. And these are the light stream tiles. And then there's a shadow bag. That does not sound good. The Outer Lords. The Heralds. Shadows. Generations. So these are just the different phases of the game, the different things you could do. I will have to read all this, figure out how to play this game. And then there's a development phase for your town, for your citadel. But it isn't there, so let's take a look at the mission manual. No, we can look, Mission 1 might be the tutorial, to be honest, like getting you into it. Mission 1. Yeah, this might be just an introduction to get you into it, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I will figure out how to put all these, but there is a storage solution. Is it ideal? I'll find out. I will sure tootin' find out. Sure tootin'. The box is not light. I will let y'all know that right now. The box is not light. Here we go. Alright, so that is the S.H.E.O.L unboxing. There wasn't really much to it. I know you're like, well, I wanted more information. I wanted to know what was happening with it. I don't think there's much information to it until you get into the story, because the meat of it is in the lore, which, hey, I like. Painting these minis is going to be interesting because I plan to do it. I don't think there's a lot of color to them because of all the darkness. So it could work out really well. Depends on how it looks. I'll look up some art or contact Lunar Oak Studios for some images if there isn't any online to see how to paint them. And then I'm going to try to fit this in to some playthroughs as I get through. I still am going through my box of stuff from Gen Con, and I've just got Oathsworn to the table, so that's going to be in a constant rotation each week as I play through that. This will make it in. I will play it, but I've got other games ahead of it. After I get through those, I do plan to bring this to the table and try and play it and teach y'all how to do it. Go through the book and see how it goes. Glow paints a black light in your future. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, glow paints and a black light. So, hopefully y'all enjoyed this playthrough. I know it was super short. It's shorter than my usual ones, but there wasn't really much to tell of it. I did the Kickstarter. I watched. I love the theme of it, so I was curious. And I backed this 2 years ago, I believe. And then this delivered just recently, like last week. So Oathsworn beckons, but I will return to this and play it, and it should be fun. This would have been a nice Halloween-themed one to go with because darkness, shadows coming for us. But since it just arrived so late, we'll make it work and we'll fit it in. Okay. Cool. 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 Okay, so that's it for the unboxing. It's not too crazy. I do plan to punch these boards out and get it fitted so you can actually see. I can show off what it looks like once it's all fully fitted in, and you can see that. What's coming up next is at noon today, I'm playing Marvel United with my crossover campaign with Kim and Steve for One Stop Top Shop. I did not have enough time to paint minis, so I will paint them later. But you'll be able to distinguish who's who as we play through that on more of Marvel United's crossover campaign. Wednesday, I doing chapter 2 of Oathsworn early in the morning, probably like 10 a.m. my time Eastern EST. So whatever time that equates to you in your part of the world, feel free to join me. Thursday, I am doing a Kickstarter preview of Pampero. So we're going to go through that and have a good time. I actually like it. I think it's a really cool game. It's a worker placement game too, so it's full Euro, and I think it's a cool game. Friday, I think I might have another. Oh yes, I do. I have Hit Z-Road on Friday. Hit Z-Road, and I'll be playing that. Then I'm hitting Z-Road to go visit Steve in which he lives about 2 hours away from me. And then Saturday, all Friday and Saturday, we'll be playing board games and streaming stuff. So you'll get to see it there, and it'll be good. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. I will see you all at noon in 2-ish hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we will go through wonderful, wonderful Marvel United. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good day. Or good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.